Hi everyone, welcome to the Syrinscape channel. I'm Vicky, I'm the social media ambassador here at Syrinscape, and we are a music app that adds a movie-like soundtrack to your tabletop role-playing games. We are the creators of the official content for some of the world's biggest TTRPGs, including Pathfinder, Starfinder, Call of Cthulhu, Cyberpunk Red, and of course, Dungeons and Dragons. So if you're playing any of those TTRPGs and you want some epic sound for your epic games, then head on over to Syrinscape.com right now and grab yourself a free trial, and then stick around because I'm going to show you how to use some of the more advanced features if that's of interest to you. Maybe you're home brewing a campaign, you want some custom sounds to go with that. I'll show you exactly how to do that, so stick around everybody. How is everyone today? Hope everyone is well. This is SoundSet Roulette. This is a 1 hour-ish long show that is community focused, and this is the place where you can come to get news about the latest releases from Syrinscape, including what we released last week, what we're releasing next week, and what is coming this week. Thank you so much for that raid, Cybernation Uncensored. Whoop whoop. Paul Plays RPGs. Evening. Hello. Good to see you. How is everyone? We're also going to take a look at some community highlights today. So that's stuff that you guys have shared with me throughout the week, your best answers to the Monday posts, as well as the Syrinscape setup from last week. And then the main bulk of the show is going to be SoundSet Roulette, where I'm going to spin 3 random wheels and we are going to make a sound set from the results. And that usually takes me about 40 minutes, so it can be quite quick, so I can show you how to throw a quick sound set together that actually sounds pretty decent. And it won't take you very much time at all. So yeah, welcome in everyone. Thank you so much for that raid. That was wonderful. Without further ado, let's get onto the updates section. These are the Syrinscape releases. Recently, we have released a couple of our own original pieces of content, including Icy Forest and a Tropical Jungle. 2 very polarising things there. You've got an Icy Forest and a Tropical Jungle sound set. So it's 2 very different things on opposite ends of the scale. And something that we're really pleased with, really pleased to talk about, is the official Cyberpunk Red sound set for Trauma Team, which is just popping off, you guys. It's going viral. I don't know if that's official, but yeah, it's doing really well. The guys at trial-supersyrin who make Cyberpunk Red are really pleased with that as well. And yeah, we're getting a lot of great reviews about Trauma Team. So if you are playing Cyberpunk Red and you want to add a Trauma Team into your Cyberpunk Red games, then definitely go and check out the Trauma Team sound pack, which released a couple of weeks back. It's really good, and I'm going to pop a link for a free trial into chat for you, so you can go and try that right now for free if you want to. This week we are releasing The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, a Feywild Adventure Part 5. So that is coming to an end, and all of the Feywild stuff that we've, all of the content that we have released for The Wild Beyond the Witchlight has been fantastic. So if you're playing through that adventure, definitely check that out. And another pro of getting the Syrinscape subscription is the fact that you will get that before anybody else does. So you'll get that on a Wednesday. Everyone else without a subscription can get access to it on a Friday. T, hello, welcome in. How are you this evening? So that's what we're releasing this week. So yes, like I said, subscribers get it. So if you're a D&D subscriber or a Super Siren, you'll get early access to that tomorrow. Everyone else will get access to that on Friday. So yeah, definitely make sure you're subscribed. And then coming very soon, we've got some more official content for Call of Cthulhu, Two-Headed Serpent, and more official Pathfinder content for Strength of Thousands, and more Syrinscape originals, and more exciting stuff that I can't talk about yet. There is lots on the way. Sort of end of March towards April time is usually a really exciting time for us here at Syrinscape, and generally in the tabletop role-playing gaming community. So definitely keep your peepers on our socials, because that's where you'll find out first about all the latest news and releases. And I just want to say, for those of you here today as well, if you come back next Tuesday, we've actually got an announcement to make on the show. So you definitely don't want to miss that, because you'll hear that announcement first on the show before anybody else. So definitely make sure you come back at this time next week. Let's check out some community highlights. So this is the part of my job that I love the most, is showing off community highlights. This is stuff that you guys have shared with me, and then, oh my gosh, I forgot to do it, didn't I? My background again. I've done it again. I've got no background. Hey, I'm floating in space. I completely forgot that had happened. I'll try to make a mental note to get that fixed for next week. But for now, I'm just going to float around in space for a bit. But yes, I love to share stuff that you guys have shared with me, things that we've been tagged in and things that have been shared with us. I love to show that off to our community. I just really love you guys. So this is what I do on a Friday. I do the Syrinscape setup. I love to see how people are using Syrinscape out in the wild, whether that's online, offline, whether it's a low-tech setup, a high-tech setup, whether it's a bit of paper and pen and you know, a little sound set on in the background, or whether it's this massive beast that you've created yourself. However you're using Syrinscape in your games, I love to see it. And this one comes from Ancestral Nerd. So thank you for allowing us to share this with our community. As you can see, it's just got Brindle Town on there, which is one of the free sound sets that you can get with the Fantasy Player without even creating an account. So yeah, you can go and dive into that right now if you want for free. And got lots of dice there. I'm just checking out all the dice in that dice tray. I'm a bit of a dice goblin. I've got some more on the way that I don't really need. But yeah, that's about as low tech as you can get with Syrinscape. That's an offline setup. So if you have got a Syrinscape setup that you want to share with us, if you've used Syrinscape in your game and you've taken a picture of your setup, whether you're just prepping or whether you're partway through and on your little snack break, or whether you've just finished an epic session, definitely take a picture of your Syrinscape setup and share it with us. You can tag us on Twitter, you can tag us on Instagram, you can share it on the forum, and make sure you're using the hashtag Syrinscape setup, and the next setup we share could be yours. How exciting. But yeah, if you've got a really cool picture of your setup, I'd love to see it, just because I'm nosy. And I love doing these on a Monday. On a Monday, I do a post like this. I call it a conversation starter post. I love to just get the conversation flowing on a Monday. I like to get to chat with you. And I always like to ask a little question, something that just, you know, gets the juices flowing. And this week I asked who or what inspired you to become a DM? And I'm going to share with you some of my favourite answers. So we had a lot of answers, a lot. And a lot of them were the same. A lot of people have said that Critical Role actually inspired them to DM. And a lot of them have just said that it was just out of pure necessity because there wasn't anyone else to do it. But let's take a look at some of the best answers that I wanted to share with you. So Rob says, I was terrible at first, had to play in several of the DM's games and see their style of play until I found what style worked for me and how I could adapt to different types of players. But I didn't DM until I found that there was never enough DMs at our local hall. You know, you all know the story. It was then that I decided to step up and my new game was a hit. I still play with many of those first players today, and we run a fortnightly game at my place. And while some games are hit and miss, I was reminded in my last game that I can still make them laugh and have heaps of fun. And that's what it's about, isn't it? It's about having fun. Gordon says, it was January 1974. One of the guys at the War Games Club bought in this brown box. A week later I had my own and was trying it out with friends who didn't have their own, so of course I had to run it. Continued through Advanced D&D, 2nd edition, 4th and now 5th. Between my love of war games and RPGs, I've been running a game store since 1980. God, that's before I was even born. And it's the ultimate DM adventure, as well as still playing games 2 or 3 times a week. 2 or 3 times a week! Woof! With friends and family, I still have that brown box set. T says, oh wait, did I give an answer? I don't know, did you? There's a lot of answers. I'm not going to feature them all. We had over 100 answers. And that's why I love doing these posts, because you guys don't interact with me very much otherwise. It's only when we do posts like this that people actually start talking to me. So it really is a conversation starter post. Why do you guys not talk to me more? Anyway, Vicky's needy. Anyway, this one comes from Barrett. Necessity at first, so again, just the necessity of someone needing a GM. But we were in our 30s and 40s when my friends and I started playing the Star Wars RPG, and none of us had ever played a TTRPG because none of us knew a game master to introduce it to us. So in order for us to try, I had to learn how it worked, and we learned together. 5 years later, I've had a few brief chances to be a player, but I enjoy GMing immensely more. That's lovely. Tavo says, a neighbour invited me over to try a weird game with no board or pawns, All it was our imagination, and we had to write things down with pen and paper. I thought it was stupid. However, I played the next day again and slowly but surely found it entertaining and fun. It's been 25 years since and I love it. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, here we go. Jack says, a little red box and Gary Gygax some 43 years ago. Not hard, not complicated, just a game in a box designed by some guys that knew using imagination would be one of the coolest things ever. Red box, green box, 4 hardcover books, Dungeon Master's Guide, Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, and Fiend Folio. See, I know what the acronyms are. I'm cool. I'm in such a strange mood today. I do apologise. But yeah, I love reading your guys' stories about how you ended up getting in, and like people have been in the, been loving D&D and been loving TTRPGs for 30, 40 years. That's just nuts to me. That was when TTRPGs were in their infancy. Gordon says it was January. Oh no, we've already done this one. We've done this one. Wow, there are some OG players. I know, right? So I think I've already done that one. Sorry. Brian says started DMing at the age of 8. Was naturally attracted to it, but only did it 25 to 50% at the time. After my high school DM moved after high school, I became the de facto DM and have been ever since for the last 30 years. That's what I mean, like proper OGs. I know literally nothing compared to these people. Travis says, it was either that or not play because no one else wanted to. So you can see there's a theme here. A lot of people needing to do it because no one else wanted to do it. So repeat for 22 years. And over the years, I learned to enjoy it. Instead of the wonder of discovering the story, I learned to take pride in seeing their eyes light up at the completion of a quest. It's one of the ultimate ways to live vicariously through someone else. Oh, gosh, I miss playing D&D. I really do. And then Egan said, initially it was foisted upon me when I first started playing back when I was 10. No one wanted to read all the books and learn all the rules, but as time went on I learned to love it. Later on I found it to be a true expression of my creativity. If I hadn't gotten into DMing, I'm sure I would not be doing what I do professionally. I'm a video game designer. Wow. Last, running games has also had the side effect of gathering and creating strong friend circles, which I value greatly. Oh man, yeah, it's giving me all the warm and fuzzies. This one was a really good one. Have you checked this one out, guys? Jeremy said, I used to be on a local volunteer fire department. We got in trouble from the chaplain for playing poker because that was considered gambling. I went to the mall with another volunteer, and while at the bookstore we saw the D&D 3rd edition core books. I bought all 3 and learned to DM so that we could have something to do in the evenings while sitting around the firehouse. So I guess it was Chaplain Ron that inspired me to become a DM. You can't play poker, kids, but you can play D&D. And then Jessica said the desire to play and the only option was being the GM. Super inspired by Mercer and the Critical Role team, as a lot of people were. And Rob said summer camp organised by a friend's parents. It was 1979. I was 9 and had no clue what I was going to. I didn't really want to spend 3 days a week at this camp, but the very first day changed my life path forever. And now Rob runs D&D camps out of his store. So that's the same guy. Rob Gruber said that it started when he was 9 at a summer camp. And then we've got this response that said Rob Gruber now runs D&D camps out of his store in BC and has won awards from it from the Game Manufacturers Association. And he said, that's true. That one summer changed my life and the lives of so many others in my community because of it. I'm so lucky to have a town that embraces my creativity and imagination. Over 500 kids have played D&D here in my programs, 80 plus women in the Ladies of Hawthorne, and many more in other campaigns and groups I've hosted over the past 16 years in the store. I'm a pretty lucky guy. That is mind-blowing, isn't it? And then I think, there we go, then we're at the start. But that is amazing. Wow. Giving me all the warm and fuzzies, guys. I'm just going to take a little drink, and has anyone got any answers of their own that they want to share, or we're going to head into SoundSet Roulette soon, so my little mug says spread joy every day. I just thought I would share that with you. Anyway, right, let us get on to SoundSet Roulette. if this is your first time seeing this, these are my roulette wheels. We are going to give them a spin and we're going to come up with some weather, a location and an enemy to fight. And then we are going to spend the next 40 minutes creating a sound set from scratch. Cybernation says, Rob says, by the way, your hair looks awesome. Thank you. Oh, thank you, my darling. Cheers. I do love having blue hair. I think that I am actually going to grow it out at some point though. A couple of years ago I had pink hair, and pink hair was probably the best, so I'm itching to kind of go back to pink or purple. I love, oh thank you, I kind of do it myself, to be honest. Thank you, thanks. I was feeling it was a little bit faded, so I actually just redid it today. I love to be a bit creative with my hair. Thank you guys. And I'm always on brand. I think that's another reason I got hired, is because I was on brand. My hair already matched the branding. Thank you. How are you, Rob? Are you doing okay? Guys, as well, we've got Cybernation Uncensored in chat. If you've not checked out our Cyberpunk Red shows that we do on a Thursday, you really are missing out. They are fantastic. We've got a great cast of people, cosplayers, actors, role players. You really do need to check it out. You can find all of that on YouTube, or you can go and watch the VODs. Obviously not right now, you can go and watch the VODs at your own leisure on this channel. Shinobi says, oh my, today the roulette is on point. Well, we haven't rolled them yet. But welcome in. Lone Jedi says, phew, only a little late. The US time change got me. I know. I didn't know whether to do it at the usual time or to do it at my usual time, because our clocks haven't changed yet. Our clocks don't change for another couple of minutes. And I was like, well, I have a meeting that finishes at 7, so that would be a real squeeze to try and get it done. But I think I've made the right choice, so thank you for all popping by. Right, let's spin these wheels, shall we? So closest to me, we've got weather effects. In the middle, we've got locations. And on the end there, we've got some enemies. So you guys also have channel points. If you want to respin any of them, let's wait to see what we're going to come up with first. But if you want to respin it, you can. Light rain. We've had light rain before, but that's okay. Light rain is kind of meh, but all right. Let's see what else we have. Also this week, guys, it's a great time to go and catch up with the Cyberpunk Red streams, because they are on a little, you're doing your diner session, I believe. You're doing your little session wrap up, your season wrap up this week. So it's a great chance to go and catch up. A laboratory again. I might re-roll that because we had that a couple of weeks back. And vicious birds. You know what, guys? I am fancying a full re-roll. If anyone's got enough points for a full re-roll, otherwise, I'm gonna go rogue. I'm gonna go rogue and I'm gonna re-roll them myself. Because we had a lab not long ago. I feel like we've done birds. We had seagulls. Not long ago. And guys, I'll let you know, there's only 2 more episodes of this left, and then we're going to take a break. So we've got this week and then we've got next week, and then we're going to take a break. So I'm feeling a bit roguish. I think I'm going to have a good old reroll. Rob says, yes, 24-hour cafe session this Thursday. Lots of role-playing fun. I always love the diner sessions. The 24-hour cafe sessions are fantastic. Laying out some foreshadowing for the next campaign, which may be a one-shot for the team. That's amazing. Oh, awesome. Yes, I've really loved this this season that we've had. T says birds just doesn't do it for me today. I'm going to do a full reroll, guys. I'm going to go rogue. I'm doing a full reroll. Yes, Lone Jedi has redeemed a full respin. Wicked. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. So, yeah, let's see what comes out. Strahd's Castle! Woof! It better be good. What are we going to have? Full respin implemented. Bandits! You know what? Oh man. Yes. So I think what's going to happen is I think we're going to be attacked by bandits. It's going to be very windy. There's going to be all sorts of mayhem happening. And I think we're going to have to hide in Strahd's Castle. Although I feel... Nah, guys. I'm gonna I'm sorry. Just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Night City! That makes more sense. That makes more sense. I went rogue, guys. I went rogue and we got Night City. Let's do this. We haven't done anything in Night City before. So that is perfect. Bandits, Night City, strong winds. Yes, I'm really feeling this. In this case, the bandits are the victims, not the enemies. Oh, wow. Maybe strong winds are not great. I think what do we want? Do we want some acid rain? Should we I really am going rogue. It's only because we've got 2 episodes left. Snow. Can we go more edgy? What, you want some acid rain or blizzard? I'm just going to keep doing it. A meteor shower. I'm just going to keep rolling it until I get something that I like. My choice. What do we want? Do we want some kind of no snow in Night City? Well, T, you tell me. What do you want? We're going to make some kind of... Oh, no, we're not going to the end just yet. Hey, Decron says acid rain. Yes, we can definitely do acid rain. Thamior waves hello. Hi, Thamior. Right, we're doing acid rain, Night City, bandits. Let's do this. If you are new here and you haven't seen me make a sound set before, then this is where we create our sound set right here. Oh, T says Night City is in California, so yeah, no snow. We could be, you know, and not bandits, but booster gangs. Yeah, you know all the lingo. Cool. Okay, well, we've gone rogue. We've gone completely rogue, and we're just making whatever we want now. We are going to do acid rain in Night City with booster gangs. Right. This is the SoundSet Creator. So if you've not seen this before, this is the SoundSet Creator. This is where we make our sound sets. It looks a little bit scary because there's nothing there yet, but I'm going to get you over that fear, so do not worry. First thing we want to do is create a sound set by clicking this plus up at the top. There, don't confuse me, guys. Shinobi says, well, technically they are bandits. I haven't played enough Cyberpunk to know what the right terms are. So yes, we've created our sound set. It should just show up here as untitled. We are just going to ignore these global one shots. Just ignore those for now. We're going to go to properties and we are going to name our sound set. This is SoundSet Roulette number 19. Oh, and guys, for those of you last week who said that you were interested in having all of these uploaded as community content, we are actually going to do that. They're going to go out in batches. I don't know when they're going to go out, but they're going to go out in batches of maybe 3 or 4 or 5 perhaps, so that we're going to stagger them so you don't get them all at once, but they are going to be released. I don't know why you guys would want them because they're completely random, but they're going to be there. So we're going to go Terror in Night City because that's what I want to call it. So now it's going to show up here as SoundSet Roulette Terror in Night City. We're going to click into that and we're going to start filling it with moods. So moods are like scenes in a movie. So it can be, I don't know. We're going to have a rainy night. We're going to have a fight with bandits. So there's going to be a couple of different scenes. We might have some aftermath and some kind of rain happening at some point. So what we're going to do is use our new funky search function. If you don't have access to this search function, you need to be a subscriber and you need to go into your account and opt in to experimental features. And then you'll get this beautiful search function. First to find bandits. Gosh darn it. Well, we're just going to type in bandits and whatever, you know, floats my boat at that point is what we're going to define bandits as. Shinobi says Friday night firefight. Try saying that 10 times while you're drunk. Wow. Anyhow, let us create our first mood. Oh my gosh, T, you're winding me up now. You're winding me up. Let's start with a Night City sound set, shall we? A Night City mood. Let's just find something Night City. You can filter here by genre, so we can actually filter it by sci-fi and official as well. You're so full of shade today. Yes, you are. You're here to wind me up, and I don't mind that one bit. That's absolutely fine. Let's go by moods, because we want to find a mood. Do you have the sound of neon lights? I don't know. We've probably got the sound of like a light flickering, you know, like a strip light that's like malfunction. I'm pretty sure that we do have a sound for that. Night city vibe, a night at the market. Let's have a little look, shall we? Do we think that sounds like Night City? Japantown, maybe it's too... You think it's too, like... Okay, so let's go for... Let's filter by sci-fi. Night City vibe. We could have a little look at Street Battle. I know we're going to go straight in here. Oh, that's... I think that's far too sci-fi. Out on the streets. Oh, just had a little failure there. Sorry, guys. Just closed. There we go. Out on the streets. I do like this. I'm vibing with this. I'm going with this. I'm totally going with this. This is my kind of thing. We're doing this. Out on the streets. Heck yeah. So we are just gonna click that plus there. Everyone okay with this? So we're out on the streets. We need to add in some acid rain in there. I'm pretty sure that we do have... I think we have acid rain or blood rain. We have one of those. Let me type in acid rain. I'm going to filter it by sound effect. Don't think we have acid rain, but what we can do is do what I did before. We actually did use this in SoundSet Roulette number 12. So we can actually put in some acid and some rain. So that is what that's exactly what I'm gonna do. But what I'm gonna do right now is go onto here, go onto mood, save current state. So that will then copy all of the elements into here. There you go, neon lights broken. T, you wanted your neon lights? We got it. Let's add the acid in as well. And I'm going to add that in quite a lot, but think... No. Bear with me. Acid spray, acid burn. I think I'm going to use the acid spray and I'm going to turn it down. And I'm going to add it a couple of times. I'm going to have one far away and one close. So we're going to have acid spray close. Acid spray distant. So I'm actually going to put in some rain sounds so that it doesn't sound like this is just acid spraying randomly. We're just going to have this in the street if we can. Whoops, in an alley is fine. An alley. And we want to have those distance is that we want that one to be distant. So far I like it, thank you. We're going to put some rain in so it doesn't sound like this is just going off however we want it to. And we want it to be a delay between samples is almost nothing because it's raining, right? Okay, so let's turn those down slightly. I'm liking this music. It's very it's very investigatorial. Is that a word? Investigatorial. I don't know if that's a word or not. Oh, I put the acid spray in again. Oh dear, but that's okay. We can never have too much acid spray, right? That sounds really good, actually. First sample delay between samples again. Put that down to there. And I'm gonna put in some rain sounds so that it doesn't sound so crazy. Just having acid everywhere. Random rain. There we go. Investigational-esque. Did it. There we go. I think that sounds good for our acid rain in Night City. So now we need to find some thugs that we can fight with, some brawlers. Gosh, I really need. We've got Cyberpunk 2077 on the old PlayStation, and I really need to start getting back into that now that they've had all the updates and stuff. So let's just see what I can find. Can I find a thug, perhaps? By the way, my Cyberpunk Red campaign got a milestone. Well done. Players stole a spaceship and flew towards the moon. Nice. You want to look for a booster gang. I don't think that we've got a booster gang, but if we have, then great. No. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look for gang. Let's see what happens. Temple Hand. No. So bear in mind that this search function is in beta. It's still being tested. It's still being updated. Still being worked on. You really need to get into Cyberpunk Red as well. Yeah, I just need to get into more TTRPGs in general. I need to find some time to play. If I'm honest. No, I don't need to find time. I need to make time. When people say, "Oh, I need to find time," or "I just don't have time," you haven't prioritized it. You haven't made the time. You haven't put time aside. Oh, cool. So, for you guys who have played Cyberpunk Red, sorry, there's just some sirens going by there. For those of you who have played Cyberpunk Red, as a newbie, what would you recommend that I play as? What are your starter tips for me? What are your newbie tips? I need like a... What do I need? Oh no, the sirens are in Syrinscape. The sirens are in Syrinscape. I was just letting them pass before I started talking to you. If sirens went past on my street, there's just no way you'd even hear them. Well, I hope we wouldn't. What was I looking for? If I look for a brawl, let's see what I get here. Maybe I just look for bandits. It would be possible though. Yeah, it's possible. We don't really get a lot of police cars going past, to be honest. T says Cyberpunk has very easy character creation rules. Don't play Netrunner. Okay. Make something actually cool. Like style over substance is the first rule. And your players do it the most. Style over substance. I don't know what I would play as. I don't think I'm cool enough to pull off a rocker, but that's because Ellen, who plays the rocker in our show, is just too cool. And Hades does a great job. Rocket, who plays Hades, does a great job of that. They all do. Second noob tip, body stat is your death save capacity. Low body, you'll die instantly. Oh gosh. Gotta have some good body. Sounds so weird, doesn't it? Brawl. Let's just have, might see if there's space. Oh, cool. I could be a fixer or a rocker. Oh, thank you. I didn't think I was cool enough to pull off a rocker, but that's boosted my confidence. So we don't want a tavern brawl. We want like what do we? I'm just gonna put in bandit and see what happens because it is bandits. Thanks, T. A bandit battle. I think it's gonna sound really strange. I'm just gonna save this and stop. Let's find out what a bandit battle sounds like. I think it's gonna sound too. Yeah, it's too D&D, isn't it? Too fantasy. Bandit maybe, bandit no. We need like a sci-fi fight. I just want like a normal human. You could be a pop star, cult leader, influencer. Oh my gosh. Wow. A cult leader. No. Me, a cult leader. The cult of Syrinscape. Swords are massive in Cyberpunk. Oh, really? So that actually sounded okay then, did it? So if we actually just did that and then put in some Cyberpunk sounds, do you think I could get away with that? And then maybe put in some gunfight? What sort of guns do they use? What sort of weapons would we say? I'm gonna add this and then we're gonna modify it. We're gonna modify it, guys. We're gonna make this sound like it belongs in Cyberpunk. Bandit swords are an option. Heavy pistols, machine guns. Okay, let's do this. So, we want to save current state. And we're gonna take out everything that doesn't belong, which is ill wind. Stop that. No ill wind. No burning torches. No armor foley. Ill wind can go completely. Yes. Ill wind can go. Burning torches can go. Armor foley can go. And we'll get rid of the music as well, I promise. No. Salt marsh battle music, no. So that's kind of funny. So we're going to turn on the city ambience, smaller vehicle sirens, acid spray, all of this. I don't think that music fits, so we want different music, but I'm going to start putting in some Wolverine style claws too? Wow, really? Okay, so what we want is we want some pistols. Pistol shot. Save current moves. We want some machine guns. Try and get machine gun light. This is sounding more like it, isn't it? So what I'm going to do actually is I'm just going to type in here cyberpunk and see what elements come up. Cheering crowd, sirens. This is sounding more like it, isn't it? We need to find some amazing music. So, kind of late to ask, did Syrinscape have cyberpunk music like the one of a club or something like that? Yes, 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 yes. So what I can do is just filter it by music now instead of elements. But this is much more... so... we have all of this kind of music. Combat music. Is that good? No? Different. Do we want to try some different music? Let's try lots of different music. Rob from Cybernation and SoundSets has some music in here. I think it might be this one. This one? I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with this one. And I think we've done it. I don't think we need anything else. So let's check out the elements in that. This is like all hacking music. Like ice. Nice. That's a vibe right there. I think we've nailed it. I think we nailed it. And then we could just go back to the streets. That was kind of easy. That's it. I don't think we need anything else. We did it in like 25 minutes. I don't think we need anything else. Do you guys think we need another mood? Do you think next one, bish bash bosh, done? Do you guys think we need anything else like before or after? No, it is. It's easy. Literally, you type in what you want, you filter it, you find what you like. Sure, let's go. Right, what else do we need? Do we need a before and an after? Do we need one that's got like less sirens and things, or what else do we need, do you think? What about in between? What are you suggesting? It's got out on the streets and then we get into a scuffle. Oh, I know what you mean. So what I'm thinking, actually, I'm gonna make this. Bear with me. I'm gonna do out on the streets and then do like a trouble brewing, like almost like a trouble brewing kind of thing. Before we actually get into the scuffle, can we add some recorded voice to it? Yeah, you can. I thought it was possible to add your own samples. It absolutely is possible to add your own samples. I am going to do something called trouble brewing. Yes, so if you want to add your own samples, what you want to do is create an element. I'll go down at the bottom here. Create the element, import samples. And then you just browse your own files. It has to be a WAV file. And you can pop it in there. You just be like created by uploader. Or if you've got a Creative Commons license, if you've found something like a royalty-free sample, you can pop it in there and then upload it. And use it however you want. Make sense? Easy peasy. Delete. So I'm going to have this thing here called Trouble Brewing. And it's going to be... a little bit of trouble brewing. Dramatic moment. What's this dramatic moment? Very dramatic. So, let me just see how that flows. I just want to save that as it is. I'm going to do like a bass bump. Trying something. Right, I'm going to go back to this one. It's kind of nice. As nice as it is. So this can be like the trouble brewing. You're like, oh, someone say to cause trouble. And that's before you get into the battle. But this one here, we've got a lot of music. We go back to here. You've got a lot of music in this one, and they're all different. So if we wanted that nice little investigatorial music, we could find out which one it is. So if we just stop this one, if we want the same music to play every time we play this mood, so if we want the investigatory music, we just need to find which one of these is the one. Ooh, which one is it? So is the Netrunner the one that we don't want? Yeah, I'm going to take out Netrunner. I'm going to remove that. I've done it again, haven't I? I've removed it before I stopped it. No! This gets me every time. I'm gonna have to do a hard refresh and hope that it stops. This gets me every time. No! I forgot to stop it. if I start this again, will it? There we go, I think we're good. So now we'll only play one of the investigatory bits of music. Woof. Woof. Well, that's what happens. Like, because I removed it from here before I stopped it. A recorded bug, exactly. So I hope that Ryan watches this. I hope Ryan watches this and is like, ooh. But there you go. So now we've only got the investigatory bits of music, which is kind of nice. So we've only got one of these two playing. We haven't got the Netrunner music playing. So I kind of like that. Maybe I could still have that, but at a much lower. So this is just before we get into a fight. Like, I've just called it Trouble Brewing. And then we can get into battle. There we go. So we can have our battle. All of that. And again, this battle music here has got lots of different elements. So again, we could go through. I'll probably end up doing exactly the same thing, but we're going to go through and find out. Oh my god, it's still playing, guys. It's still playing. Thamiel says these are the easiest to reproduce. I have a lot of experience with not being able to reproduce bugs, so I'm very big pro recording for testing. Yeah. Well, it gets uploaded on the internet as well everywhere, so Ryan can always watch this back and spot these bugs. But yes, again, you can hear it's playing. I've got literally nothing else playing. But if you stop an element while it's playing, and if you remove an element while it's still playing, this is what happens. This is what happens. So let's see if I can play anything else. Yeah. But then if you play something else, it goes away. Interesting. So we probably don't want this one for our battle. It's a bit... I'll give it another shot, actually, because that was starting to get somewhere, wasn't it? It was starting to get somewhere, but this is what we've got to pick something for our battle. So maybe pick a couple that we like for battle. No, not feeling this for battle, I don't think. This is good for Trouble Brewing, though. So, what we could do... This is good for Trouble Brewing, so I'm tempted to just stop this for now. And what I'm going to do is duplicate this element. And I'm going to rename this element as Trouble Music. And we're going to actually have one for Trouble and one for Battle. Or Fight, should I say. Fight Music. So now I'm going to go through and pick what I like. I'll pick what I like for Trouble. So I liked the first one for Trouble Brewing. That's also a good one. So I liked that first one. Hacking in, I think, is going to probably be a bit more feisty. Maybe. Waiting for the feist. I told you wouldn't hear sirens, but there is a police helicopter above my house. I don't think you can hear that, but there is a police helicopter above my house right now. So I'm struggling to hear anything. Struggling to hear anything from that. So I'm actually going to remove that completely. So I've stopped it. I've definitely stopped it this time. Yeah, there's been a police helicopter sort of circling around this area for a few days now. Not worrying. Oh, again, this is a good investigatory, trouble brewing kind of music. Yeah, I like both of those. Syndicate could probably be. Which one's the really good fighty one? It's that one. So I don't really want that in my trouble brewing. So I'm going to take that one out. It's great that you can kind of customize it. And again, if you wanted to add more stuff in, like if we found a really good, if we put in Cyberpunk here and filter it by samples, we actually could add in our own music. So we've got loads of music here. So if we found our own good music from samples, we could actually just add them in. If you click the plus, so for example, if we really like this one, like I might add that into our, I could add that into our Night City music. So I could add that in to there if I want to. So all of these, you can just add in the individual samples to that element. So let's have a little look. This one here. On the Streets is good. I like that one. Trouble Brewing. That's good. And then Battle. So we could actually try and find some even better fight music. I do like that. So again, fight music. If we found some particularly good fight music, again, we could just pop that in there. We've got loads of cool music. Syndicate, Arcology, Sabotage. Kind of like that. Got some really cool sci-fi stuff. But for now, I feel like I've shown you guys enough. Do you guys want to see anything else before I leave? Because I think we've pretty much done. Let's just go through this one last time. While you ask your questions. we took that battle that was a bit like, this is too much of a fantasy battle, this is too D&D, and then we just kind of cyberpunked it up. We made it what we needed it to be. We added in some extra pistol fire, machine guns, some extra grunts and shouts and impacts, but yeah, we did really well with that. So, I'm happy with that. I'm happy. Thanks for your help, everyone. My limited knowledge of the cyberpunk world really showed there, didn't it? So I'm glad that I had you guys to help me. I'm really pleased with this one. Like I said, these ones are going to get released. So they'll be released in batches. They won't all be released together, but they will be released in batches. So if you guys want to use my SoundSets, you absolutely can. So just keep your peepers, keep an eye on socials, on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and you'll be the first to hear when they're released. As I said at the top of the show, we've got a special announcement to make next week, so make sure you're here next Tuesday at the same time, where we'll have an announcement to make. And actually, I'll be going on a break, so we're just going to do this one and next week, and then SoundSet Roulette is going to take a little break, just so that we can reassess and all of that good stuff. And yeah, because we need to see, you know, is this working? Do people love this show? Do the people like this show? Is it at the right time? But yeah, stay tuned, and it'll take it up to a nice round number. So we will have done 20 episodes at that point. So that's a nice round number before we take a break. So guys, I hope that you learned some stuff. Thank you for asking your questions and having some input in the SoundSet. Always nice to have a live audience here who can help me make stuff. And yeah, I hope to see you here again next week. So go and enjoy the rest of your evening or the rest of your day, and I'll see you same time next week for some more SoundSet Roulette. Bye guys. Thanks as always for watching this episode of SoundSet Roulette. Now if you really want to help this channel, if you enjoy the content here, then please hit that subscribe button. It takes a second but really helps the channel. Also, watching some more stuff and interacting with it, just giving it a thumbs up and a comment also helps the channel as well. So yeah, go and do all of those nice things, and I will see you next time for some more SoundSet Roulette. Bye!